Michael is a secret Brit. Don't let him fool you. I have no idea what she's talking about.
I think it would be really funny to see Ciel Phantomhive at a Cannibal Corpse show.
Hello, I'm J. Michael Tatum, the voice of Sebastian Michaelis in Black Butler Public School arc, and today I am going to be reading questions sent to me by Brina Palencia.
I'm Brina Palencia, the voice of Ciel Phantomhive, and I'm also going to be reading some questions from the voice of Sebastian J. Michael Tatum.
How did it feel to finally be able to use your real voice when you got cast as Sebastian? Michael is a secret Brit. Don't let him fool you.
What's the hardest part about reprising a role like Ciel after 8 years?
I have no idea what she's talking about. I have never played myself ever in my life, Brina.
Oh my god, what a softball question. That's so nice.
She's so annoying that way. Sorry, oh, that slipped.
He's so much nicer to me than I am to him.
No, it felt good. Sebastian and I are nothing alike. First of all, he's very, very capable, and I am winging it every day of my life. So thank you, Brina, for having such faith in me.
I think the hardest part about reprising this role, honestly, the fact that this arc is so different from any of the other arcs that I have done as Ciel in the past. He has to actually act like a normal kid, which is very strange. There's also this other version of him that I had to come up with that he presents himself as with all of the other students that's much sweeter and cuter. So it was just this added layer on an already very layered character. But honestly, it was kind of the coolest thing to come back to. It's like, not only do I get to reprise this role, but also he's just getting more and more interesting. That's the dream.
This is gonna be great. Any book recommendations?
If I was your butler in real life, what task would you make me do just to see me do it?
Brina happens to know that I absolutely devour books. Seriously, I just eat them. I don't actually read them. One of my favorite books that I'm rereading now for the 100th time, because I think it's sheer poetry, is The Last Unicorn by Peter S. Beagle.
If Michael was my butler in real life and I could make him do whatever I wanted to, I would make him play piano for me all the time.
I've played piano since I was about 6 years old.
He's a fantastic pianist. Pianist.
All right. Have I learned any new rags recently?
Okay. Ooh, if you had Phantomhive money, what's the most ridiculous thing you'd spend it on?
A rag, for those of you that don't know what she's talking about, is a type of song.
Soundtrack of my life.
I loved music from that era, and Brina loves to poke fun at me for that. But one day, rags are gonna come back, and then who's the one who's prepared?
It would probably be something for my son. Probably be Halloween stuff. I would build the coolest haunted house ever that would just be open year-round so that the joy of Halloween could come to us every day.
This one is so long. What is she doing to me? Because you and I both love bodywork, I'm curious, where in your body does the character of Sebastian sit? And how would you describe your own physicality when voicing the character?
Imagine Ciel as a gardener. What's his favorite thing to grow?
Bodywork is essentially when you associate a certain character you're playing with some area of your body so that you can kind of access it. So, you know, this character might live in your knee or your shoulder or whatever, and that just becomes a part of where you draw your energy from. And Brina and I are both really big fans of that way of working. In fact, we kind of bonded over that years ago when we started all this. Sebastian, curiously enough, does not live in my body. He lives in the area right above me. I got this idea when we started recording these characters years ago that demons, at least as they were seen in the ancient world, were creatures of the air. So I thought, wouldn't it be fun to have Sebastian be up here? So you may notice his voice and his reads tend to be very airy and sort of musical, as though he's always drifting a little above you. And I think it also brings his attitude out because he is so above it all. What a great question. She's so smart when she wants to be.
I myself am an avid gardener. When I think about Ciel's personality, I think he would go for carnivorous plants, like Venus flytrap kind of stuff, or pitcher plants. There's so many cool carnivorous plants that are really kind of hard to cultivate. I could definitely see him getting into that kind of stuff.
They say dogs ward off evil spirits, like demons. Do you feel your dogs have protected you from any evil energies?
What current musical genre would Ciel be absolutely obsessed with?
I have 2 French bulldogs, Genji and Gus, and they're absolutely adorable. The only way they can ward off any evil is with their gas, but believe me, it works.
I think it would be really funny to see Ciel Phantomhive at a Cannibal Corpse show. I just love the idea of him being thrust into that culture. I love the idea of him being in a mosh pit.
Will you ever forgive me for the clown song?
How's my RP holding up? His received pronunciation, referring to his accent.
No. No, I won't. I used to have this absolute phobia of clowns. Brina's a type of person that if you tell her you're afraid of something, she believes in immersion therapy. She actually wrote a clown song for me and performed it live on stage in front of a group of hundreds of people? Thousands of people? I'm gonna say thousands of people. It sounds much more dramatic. No, Brina, no, I don't forgive you. And one day when I find what you're afraid of, I shall write a ragtime for you about it.
Michael? It's always perfect. When I have directed Michael in a role back in the day when I used to ADR direct, every other line I would have to ask him to stop being so British because the character that he was playing was not an English character, not a British character. He's just naturally kind of tends to sound that way. So I always maintain that he's a secret Brit. Don't let him fool you.
Right. Thanks, Brina. I hope you've learned a little something about me. I've certainly learned a lot about you.
Watch Black Butler Public School Arc on Crunchyroll.
Watch Black Butler Public School Arc. We're now on Crunchyroll.